I need the scoop.
A chance encounter at a restaurant forces one woman to choose between loyalty to her sister and honesty with her brother-in-law. But what she doesn't know could put everyone in danger. We're diving into a Reddit story that had thousands questioning whether doing the right thing can still go terribly wrong. Get ready for a family drama packed with hidden secrets, impossible choices, and a truth that changes absolutely everything.
I'm posting this on a throwaway account and you'll understand why in a moment. I walked in on my sister with a man at a restaurant. They were holding hands and kissing. She panicked the moment she saw me and immediately started crying. She begged me not to tell anyone and promised she would end things with the other man, who looked very angry at both of us. She said she couldn't bear to hurt her husband and asked me to give her time to handle it in her own way. Her affair partner then spoke up and said that if I told anyone, they would just end up together anyway. So really, she wouldn't be hurting them, but their loved ones. My sister shot him an angry look, told him to shut up and leave. Then she turned back to me, begged me to stay out of it, and in return promised she would never see him again. She left before my company even arrived. I told my boyfriend everything, and he said to stay out of it. I should mention that this all happened 2 weeks ago. A little more context. My sister and I aren't particularly close. She's 7 years older than me. But she has always been my idol and role model growing up. She's always been so shy and sweet, so this completely blindsided me. I never would have believed it from her. My sister doesn't have any children, but her affair partner does. He has small children at home. There's one more thing worth knowing. About a year ago, around Christmas, my boyfriend mentioned something once. He asked if my sister was okay, because he had seen my brother-in-law grab her face. I was surprised, so I went to check on them, and they were exactly where he said they'd be, but they were laughing and talking. I told him what I saw, and he said, "All right, your brother-in-law is a bit of a jerk, but okay." I don't know what to make of any of this. I'm stuck between protecting my sister and wondering whether her husband deserves to know the truth.
Reddit was deeply divided. Some urged the original poster to give her sister time to come clean, while others insisted the husband had an undeniable right to know the truth. Torn between her sister's pleas and her own moral compass, the original poster made a decision she couldn't take back. What she didn't yet realise was that a single text message was about to set off a chain of events far more dangerous than anyone anticipated.
So I texted my sister that she had 2 weeks to tell her husband, but she didn't, and she left me on red. So now I'm going to tell him myself. This is the message I'm planning to send him. I'm sorry to do this, but you should ask your wife about a guy she's been seeing, and about the time I saw her having dinner with him the day before Valentine's Day. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I wasn't sure at first, but I would have wanted to know if this happened to me, and you're like a brother to me.
I have to be honest. Reading those messages from the sister sent chills down my spine, and the original poster was only just beginning to understand why. With her boyfriend gone and her sister's words echoing in her mind, the full weight of what had just unfolded started to sink in. Over the next several weeks, piece by piece, a much darker and more complicated truth would slowly come to light.
So my sister finally answered me, after almost 2 hours of leaving my message on red, after I sent the text to her husband. She wrote, "Sweetheart, please don't tell him yet. I promised to tell him. I already ended my affair. I don't have any money to leave yet, and he will take away my credit cards if he finds out. All I want is some time and I will come clean, I swear." I told her that I had already texted him everything. She only wrote back, "He will hurt me. Please don't tell him." I ended my relationship. Don't worry about any health risks. I am clean and my husband hasn't been close to me in years. I had told her it wasn't fair if he caught something because of her affairs. I didn't answer her. Then she texted again, "You really told him? He will hurt me. Please don't tell him yet. I will tell him, but I need money first." I texted back that I had already sent him the message and that it was on red. She answered, "He will hurt me." Then I told my boyfriend what had happened, and he started yelling at me about how he had told me not to get involved. He called me a horrible name and left, and now he won't answer my calls. It turns out my sister wasn't lying about the situation at home, but I never knew. Nobody knew. My boyfriend had actually suspected something was wrong for a while, because he recognized the signs from his own parents' relationship. I already knew he had never liked my sister's husband, but he never told me why. That's why, when he saw her texts, everything clicked for him, and he ended things with me. He still won't answer his phone. So this is my update. I didn't expect things to escalate tonight already.
The community was shocked by the new details emerging, with many pointing out that warning signs had been present long before that fateful night at the restaurant. Relationships fractured, family dynamics shifted, and the original poster was left to reckon with consequences she never saw coming. More than a month later, an update would reveal just how much had changed and how much had been lost.
Thank you all for still asking about me. My boyfriend and I have broken up. He refuses to speak to me. I've only spoken to my sister once since everything happened. Here's what I found out. My ex-boyfriend went to my sister's house and arrived 15 minutes before her husband. According to my sister, that timing turned out to be a good thing. Her husband saw my ex there and didn't do anything to her, which gave her the window she needed. She packed her things and left. She didn't tell anyone where she went at first, but it turned out she was staying with my ex-boyfriend's parents. She's now planning on moving away entirely. I'm not sure what that means for her relationship, since the man she's been seeing has children of his own, and I don't know how any of that will work out. What I've also come to understand is that my ex had actually witnessed something troubling between my sister and her husband a long time ago, before he and I had even really talked about it. He told me at some point that he had seen them together when they didn't know anyone was watching. Her husband had grabbed her, and she looked scared, and then the moment they noticed my ex, they both acted like nothing had happened. He had apparently been telling his mother about my sister's situation ever since he and I first got together. His mother is a survivor of a similar kind of relationship herself, and she and her husband have been helping my sister get to safety. There's nothing more to it than that. My sister is much older than my ex, and she has her own partner. It's simply people looking out for someone who needed help. Nobody in my family knew what my sister had been living through. Not me, not my parents, no one. And honestly, that makes everything harder to process. I wish she had told us and found a way out before things got as complicated as they did. My parents have been a bit cold toward me. They told me I should have come to them first, but they do seem relieved and happy for my sister now that she's safe. As for me, I lost my boyfriend, someone I still love. I feel very lonely. I don't feel good about any of this.
Sometimes the line between justice and harm is thinner than we ever imagine, and this story is a painful reminder that we rarely know the full picture of someone else's life. The original poster is still navigating the fallout, so subscribe to catch any future updates as this situation continues to unfold. Share your thoughts on loyalty, truth, and when to step in versus step back in the comments below, and explore our other videos for more stories about the impossible choices we face for the people we love.